And some tense moments today to start off the weekend for passengers on an Amtrak train leaving Metro Detroit. The train departed Pontiac right around 5 yesterday, heading to Chicago. Passengers say the train faced several delays. No heat on the train, no lights, no food, no running water for hours on end. Jacqueline Francis is live now as those passengers on board are sharing their story. And we're also hearing what Amtrak has to say about what happened. Jacqueline?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, this story, Sandra, takes travel nightmare to a whole new level. It got so bad and so smelly from unflushed toilets at some point that passengers began escaping from the stopped train. But before I give away too much, let me show you. Dana Thomas and her family from Ypsilanti boarded Amtrak Train 351 in Dearborn just before 7 a.m. Friday, scheduled to arrive in Chicago at 10:32 Central Time. But around 9 a.m.
the train went completely quiet. We lost all power, all electricity. It just glided to a stop.
They waited for the train behind them to catch up and attach the two trains together. A few hours later, they were moving again, headed to their next stop, Battle Creek, arriving around 3 that afternoon. And boy, was a stop necessary, because remember, without power, there's no way to flush.
So by time we pull into Battle Creek, the toilets are at the max full capacity. And the cabins, the cars are starting to smell. So everybody wanted to get off. We asked, we begged.
So stop they did, and were back on the tracks and arrived in Gary, Indiana early that evening.
And the conductor says, well, my time is up. We said, what does that mean? Oh, a new crew has to take over because my time is up.
The crew finally arrived, only to learn there's an issue with the brakes. So once again, they were waiting for a mechanic.
So it's now 7:30. It's getting dark. People are starting to panic. You start hearing screaming on the train. Somebody had a full panic attack.
Without heat or lights, it was cold and dark, a combination that only added to the passengers' panic.
And then all of a sudden, people start escaping. So they were warning us that there are 7 live tracks and one way and 3 live tracks the other way. And people were just they couldn't take it anymore. They called Ubers, and Ubers were actually stopping on the side of the freeway, picking people up. It was madness.
Dana and her family stuck it out, arriving in Chicago shortly after midnight, about 17 hours after they boarded the train in Dearborn. They missed their connections, so their vacation was canceled. The passengers on train 351 forever bonded.
People collectively coming together to make sure that the story of Amtrak 351 is told, because Amtrak's response has been absolutely abysmal. They were more concerned about the train than the passengers, than the people within the train.
We have been in touch with Amtrak, and they confirmed this series of stops and mechanical woes. A spokesperson with Amtrak saying they gave out vouchers, they refunded trips, and among other things, apology emails as well, as you can imagine. But for those passengers we talked to, and quite a few of them, they say that's just not enough, considering, especially in that whole 17-hour ordeal, the only food they got was a bag of Chex Mix and a bottle of water. Reporting live, I'm Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
What an ordeal for those passengers. All right, Jacqueline, thank you.